Americans got a 5.2% average raise last year. The paycheck-to-paycheck rate went up. More money came in. And somehow, less was left over. 108 million working-age Americans, roughly half the workforce, are living paycheck to paycheck right now. And here is the part that breaks the logic. 1/3 of Americans earning over $100,000 a year say they are also living paycheck to paycheck, $100,000, and still broke by the 28th of every month. This is not an income problem. Something else is running in the background, and most people have no idea what it is. In the next 10 minutes, I will explain the 3 invisible forces that keep Americans trapped in the paycheck cycle, even as their income rises. I will show you why earning more money without changing one specific thing actually makes the problem worse. And there's a number, one number, that determines whether you escape the cycle or stay in it forever. It has nothing to do with your salary. But first, let me introduce you to 2 people who make very different incomes and have the exact same problem. Jasmine is 27, lives in Phoenix, makes $42,000 a year. She teaches at a public school. Every month, her rent, car payment, groceries, insurance, phone, student loans add up to $3,700. Her take-home pay is $3,800. $100 left over every month. One unexpected bill, and she is in the red. Derek is 35, lives in Charlotte, makes $112,000 a year. He works in tech sales. His rent is $2,200. Car payment, $650. Subscriptions, dining, clothes, gym, weekend activities add up to $7,200 a month. His take-home pay is $7,400. $200 left over. Jasmine makes $42,000. Derek makes $112,000. Different incomes. Same trap. Same $200 between them and financial disaster. Here are the 3 forces that keep people trapped. Force 1. Expenses expand to match income. This is called lifestyle inflation. When you earn more, you spend more. Not because you're irresponsible, because the world adjusts to your income. You get a raise. You move to a nicer apartment. You get a bonus. You upgrade your car. Your salary goes up $10,000. Your lifestyle goes up $9,800. The gap between income and expenses stays the same, or it shrinks. Derek earns almost 3 times what Jasmine earns, and his margin is almost identical. That is lifestyle inflation. It is invisible because each expense individually seems reasonable, but collectively, they consume everything. Force 2. The system is designed for spending, not saving. You can buy a car in 15 minutes on your phone. You can finance furniture with 0 down. You can get a credit card with a $10,000 limit by age 23. But setting up an investment account takes research. Understanding a 401k takes a video like this. And saving money requires saying no to things that feel good right now. The spending infrastructure is fast, easy, and frictionless. The saving infrastructure is slow, confusing, and full of friction. Force 3. There's no separation between money in and money out. Most Americans have one bank account. Paycheck goes in. Bills come out. Whatever is left gets spent. There's no system, no automation, no boundary between spending and saving. And without a boundary, money flows to whatever feels most urgent, which is always spending, never investing. Here is the math that explains why this happens to everyone. The median American earns about $57,000 a year. That is roughly $4,766 a month before taxes. After taxes, roughly $3,800. Now, look at basic necessities. Median rent for a one-bedroom, $1,510. Food, $690. Transportation, $900. Healthcare, $450. Total necessities, $3,550. On $3,800 in take-home pay, that leaves $250 a month for everything else. Phone, internet, clothing, subscriptions, emergencies, savings, investing. $250 for your entire financial future. This is why 24% of American households spend over 95% of their income on necessities. It is not a discipline problem. It is an arithmetic problem. And when inflation rises 3%, but your wages only rise 1%, that $250 gap does not stay the same. It disappears. Now, the one number I mentioned at the beginning. It is not your salary. It is not your credit score. It is not your net worth. It is your savings rate, the percentage of your income that you keep, not the amount you earn, the amount you do not spend. Someone earning $50,000 with a 20% savings rate saves $10,000 a year. Someone earning $120,000 with a 2% savings rate saves $2,400. The person making less saves 4 times more. Because savings rate is not about income. It is about the gap between what comes in and what goes out. And the only way to escape paycheck to paycheck is to widen that gap. Not by earning more, by keeping more of what you already earn. Derek earns $112,000 and saves 2%, $2,200 a year. If Jasmine earns $42,000 and saves 10%, she saves $4,200. Twice what Derek saves, on less than half his salary. The savings rate is the escape hatch, and most Americans do not even know theirs. Here is how to break the paycheck to paycheck cycle, and I am going to be realistic about it. Step 1. Calculate your savings rate. Take your income after taxes. Subtract everything you spent last month. Divide what is left by your take-home pay. Multiply by 100. That is your savings rate. If it is 0, you are in the cycle. If it is 1 to 5%, you are barely surviving. 10% is stable. 20% is building wealth. Step 2. Separate your money. Open a second bank account. Set up an automatic transfer the day after payday. Even if it is $50. The transfer happens before you see the money, before you can spend it. This is the boundary between income and spending. If you watched my 5 bank accounts video, you know the full architecture. But even 2 accounts is a massive upgrade from 1. Step 3. Freeze your lifestyle. The next time you get a raise, do not increase your spending. Send the entire raise to your savings or investment account. If you earn $3,800 now and survive on it, When your paycheck goes to $4,200, keep living on $3,800. Save the $400. This is the most powerful habit in personal finance. It turns every race into an escape tool instead of a lifestyle upgrade. Step 4. Build a 1-month buffer. 1 full month of expenses in your separate account. When you have this, you are no longer paycheck to paycheck by definition. You are 1 month ahead, then push to 3 months, then 6, but start with 1. Derek made one change. He opened a HYSA at an online bank. He set up a $500 automatic transfer every payday. That is $1,000 a month. To make room, he cut 3 things. He downgraded his car lease, saved $250. He cut half his subscriptions, saved $120. He reduced dining out from 4 nights to 2, saved $630. Total freed up $1,000. Same salary, 0 income change. His savings rate went from 2% to 14%. In 6 months, he had $6,000 in his HYSA. For the first time in his adult life, he could cover a full month of expenses without his next paycheck. He was no longer paycheck to paycheck. Not because he earned more, because he widened the gap. The paycheck to paycheck trap is not about how much you make. It is about the gap between what comes in and what goes out. If the gap is 0, it does not matter if you earn $40,000 or $400,000. You are one emergency away from crisis. The fix is not earning more. The fix is keeping more. Separating your money, freezing your lifestyle, building a buffer. Your savings rate is the one number that changes everything. Know yours. What is your savings rate right now? Drop 1 below. 0 if nothing is left at the end of the month. 1 to 5% if you're barely saving. 10% if you're stable. 20% or more if you're building wealth. Or no idea if you have never calculated it. My budget method video shows you how to allocate every dollar, and my 5 bank accounts video gives you the separation system. Both are on your screen right now. Subscribe to Wealth Storyline. Every week, we break down the money systems most Americans were never taught. See you there. This video is for educational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered financial advice.